Okay, so this is going to be a little exercise video about how to come down to one of these little hotel gyms and make a productive, 45-minute, 30-minute exercise program that's productive, that's going to help you for your convention or whatever you're doing. And remember, just doing cardio, in my opinion, is good. It's not enough. And so I'm going to kind of take you through what I did here. First of all, I came down to this gym and I wasn't really happy with it. I really like this motel, but really old, dated treadmills. This machine is a far cry from what we have at the clinic with the Kaiser. I don't like it at all. There's no mats. There is some free weights. So I had to come up with a plan of how I could get something dialed in. I had to use a little creativity. I also brought with me my little CR Super Bridge loop band, which you should always do every day. And I knew I wasn't going to bring my core reprogramming activator, so I wanted to have something at the start of the program to charge up my core. So what I'm going to do is a version of that with the ball, go through the steps, put that behind the back, and go through all those steps and do a sustained CR Super Bridge. Next thing, I was really happy that they did have a ball. One of the things that's going to be part of the future of core reprogramming is using a ball, an appropriate size ball, to kind of do a deep squat bounce that stretches down into that pelvic floor, that activates the very place where the core neurologically needs to fire. So I'm just bouncing into that and breathing. And you could do this for 1 to 2 minutes. Fantastic way to start your exercise program and really get things going. So this is definitely a little designed for my sprint goal and getting me out of knee pain, but this very same program would be great, a variation of it for most people watching this. Next thing I'm going to do is put this incline at about 13, 14, pretty high. I'm going to put the speed of the treadmill, in my case, I'm going to take it up to about 1.8. And I'm going to just do some tall backwards walking, try to get my arms in this. Try to do this for a good 10 minutes. I have a spin bike here. I don't do a lot of spinning, but I thought it was a good way to just really charge up, get a lot of blood flow through all my leg muscles. So a lot of them have these. A lot of them you can strap in your feet. And I did this for about 3 or 4 minutes, just for an extra little add-on to get ready for some of the other things. I was pretty happy to see this pre-core stretch machine. I actually really like these a lot. There's a lot of different ways that you can get yourself in this and stretch in a whole variety of ways, and hand grips and doing things like this. And I wanted to get my range of motion kind of opened up a little bit for some of the other things that are coming up in the workout. I really like one of these. I'd really like to have one at the clinic. So this gym doesn't have any kind of incline, wedges, it didn't have any steps, so I had to improvise. I'm using this for the incline. I'm just going to stand on the outside of the machine because I wanted to do some squats. I don't have much of a history doing squats, so don't judge me. But I'm going to put the weight up high like this, and I'm going to work on getting low, but not too low. I can go lower, but I begin to compensate with my low back. So I'm going to be doing 20 reps, 3 sets of 20. Why 20? I'm not really here at this point to try to build muscle or real strength. I'm trying to build up my connective tissue, my ligaments, my cartilage, my fascia. That's why I'm going with high reps, because I'm trying to build up my body to get ready for the next phase. The only thing I use this machine for is I found this band and I'm wrapping it around here because I do really like pull-ups. I'm not really good at doing a lot of pull-ups, so I need a little bit of assistance, because I'm going to really be trying to get up to the 15 to 20 reps on this. And I'm going back and forth, by the way, between the squats and the pull-ups. So there is some time constraints. I just did 1 set of good mornings. I really like this because it's a good hinge exercise. Also really opens up a really tight place. A lot of people have a lot of tension in their pelvic floor and their adductors. So for this particular one, we're going to take that weight and drop it down, hinging, back stays straight, all the motion comes from the hip joint. I can't go further with that without compensating in the shoulders or the back, so I'm just going to be staying in that range and doing 20 reps. really slowly with good quality. My key exercises that is really going to show me my progressions is the ATG Split Squat. So I don't have any ledges in here, so I have to use this. I'm definitely not going to use this because this is rolling, so I'm going to put my foot here, and I'm going to be working on going into a full range of motion split squat very slowly with very good form, and I'm going to be doing 20 of those. So I wanted to include some pushing exercises, some pulling exercises. Pushing exercise that I chose is the bench press free weights. Not using a lot of weight, but trying to have really good form and to try to use my core. So on this particular one, I'm going to make sure I get my chest open, lots of shoulders extension, and slowly come up like this. I'm keeping my elbows close to my sides, and I'm making sure I don't get too far forward in the chest to really protect the shoulders. And if you do these right, it's good. If you do these wrong, it's going to really hurt your. I'm switching back and forth between the bench press and the ATG split squat. 20 reps, 3 sets. The ATG split squat, we're trying to get to the floor. We're trying to work towards weight. So even though I can't do a lot of them, I'm really looking forward to this progression, full range of motion. And coming out of it, it's already helping really get my knee heading in the direction of being free. My pulling exercise was the pull-ups, so I wanted to have something a little bit different. So I'm just putting myself kind of in a real athletic position with a good hinge, and I'm going to just do some rotary motion like this, trying to get as high a range of motion as I can. And again, you can use many different amounts of weight, just keep the form good. So I'll be talking to you about my growing theories of the stride and developing the stride, which is something I'm really excited about with my sprint project. How I wanted to end my workout is to do some, not sprints, but just get some range of motion and to allow all this other exercise to kind of flow into this high functional movement. So for this, I'm kind of going at 10 miles an hour. I'm going to jump on. And then I'm going to jump off, but I want to take a little break on and off and do that to some good fatigue. And that's the end of the work. To conclude, you can adjust these down to meet your needs. You might not be working on sprinting. You might just take a little jog at the end. But all these things can be tailored. And if you were sitting at a conference, for example, for a whole day, this would be an incredible way to feel better, to be more productive, and to even sleep better. So highly recommended. Keep up the good work.